therapist, I want to make sure that we're really careful with us not getting hyper fixated and always feeling better, when what we really need to be doing is feeling more honestly. We have become so obsessed with regulating. And I don't mean regulating your nervous system. I am still like, please do that all day long. I'm talking about regulating your emotions. And now, if you've come from a traumatic background, or if there's any situation where you've had to live in like a survival situation, regulating becomes a necessity. I had to regulate myself so hardcore when I was a caregiver, and even though I was also so dysregulated, I would be very stoic, held so many things together because I needed to be an advocate, or I needed to not fall apart in any of these moments in which all I wanted to do was fall apart. And I took being that regulated while being a caregiver and just carried on and thought, hey, you know what? I'm just an emotionally regulated human. That's it. I've done the work. I teach people this. So that's really what's happening. The truth is, I've been overregulated off and on almost my whole life. And what I've had to do was to understand that my feelings are not always asking me to just move through them and find the meaning and hurry up and get the lesson. Sometimes my feelings are asking me, hey, sit in this. Can you create a container for this to actually be felt? There's so many times where something will loop around and we'll say, I thought I processed that. I thought I've already felt all I needed to feel about that. I thought I healed from that. But if all you're doing is just quickly regulating yourself and moving yourself out of it to the next, you might not actually be integrating what your feelings are really bringing you. I know. When you've gotten so used to clamping down your feelings and shutting them down, processing them, and moving on, now if you're going to let yourself actually experience your feelings and be aware of them and be in them, they might feel a bit bigger. This doesn't mean you've gone backwards. This doesn't mean you're regressing. Doesn't mean you're all of a sudden going to be caught up in a dysregulation spiral. It's just an invitation to understand that these feelings weren't just here to be worked through. What I'm asking you to do is to sit in your feelings more, but I'm not asking you just to sit in the sad feelings. I'm asking you to sit in all of them, because here's the thing. Sometimes when we get overwhelmed by the big, heavy feelings, we feel like we have to feel hope in order to get out of it. And I'm here to tell you, I don't think hope is a feeling. I think hope is an awareness. And this is something that allows you to actually sit and let the feelings come through. So I will become aware that I'm feeling anxious. I'm going to hold that. I'm not going to try to rush through it, understand it, learn from it. I'm just saying, I feel anxious. When initially, my first instinct is to let me do all my practices because I don't want to feel that way right now. I don't have time. Instead, okay, I feel anxious. And expand your awareness, and this is where the hope lives. And I'm still breathing. I ate today. My bills are paid. I do have support. I'm safe. I can feel the ground beneath me, supporting me. Presence. Presence. All our feelings want is our presence. I'm not asking you to go let yourself be swallowed by the big dark hole. I'm asking you to let the big dark hole exist as it needs to let you feel, process, heal, and tap in to the awareness of what else is present. This is where capacity comes, right? The more we're actually sitting in, I feel really lonely this Christmas because I spent it all by myself. And I do have people that love me. Both are true. And I have to allow space for both of them. I'm not going to overly think about the fact that I have people who love me just to negate feeling lonely. And I'm not going to spiral on the loop of loneliness and let it manifest into this whole storm of nobody loves me everyone hates me, I might as well go eat worms. Both are very possible. When it comes to feelings, we can either get pulled all the way into the deep dark, or we just completely skip back over to, but everything is great and I'm so thankful and life is so beautiful. Who has time for that? Really, it's both. And it's okay that it's both. And we have the capacity to feel both. Here's something I can say for certain. When I am trying to rush to clarity about this feeling, I don't always find it. In fact, I'm usually making things be a little more chaotic than they need to be. Because what happens if you just end up sitting in the feeling? It ends up kind of moving through you into a completion to where you get the clarity as to what it is that it's bringing. The real work isn't to be, I am never feeling sad, anxious, mad, angry, blah, 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 and always rainbows and sunshine. It is, I am able to be present no matter what I'm feeling. My feelings don't control me. I'm also not needing to overregulate my feelings in order to be in reality, because I have hopefulness, which is the awareness that that sad feeling isn't the only thing in my world in this moment. So, Christmas, I felt a million feelings, and I was so proud of myself because I let myself. I felt grief. I was happy, and I was sad. I had a wonderful creative day. I was so tapped in. I was dancing. I was having fun. The weather was lovely. And I connected with friends I hadn't talked to in a while. I reached out to some people that I felt like I needed a connection with. I felt so many different things. I think in a world where people have taken therapy and have taken it to the way extreme, we judge all of those feelings. We don't think that we should feel 20 things in one day. Like, why? Why not? Isn't that what being alive is about? To me, my absolute goal in life from here on out is just to be alive, to be present for everything that wants to come through me, to understand that there's an expansiveness that even I don't understand happening, to understand that every time I'm present with everything that comes up, I am building my capacity for everything life wants to bring me. When we're creating goals to have an alive and rich and expansive life, we have to understand that it also comes with sometimes perception from the outside being judgmental of you, or your family and friends not supporting what you're doing, or feeling kind of lonely because you have to say no to a lot of things so that you can prioritize. And it comes with that fulfillment of, I did the thing I said I was going to do and I feel really proud of myself, and I'm following my dreams and people are receiving it, and there is a whole range of feelings that come. And if all we're doing is staying so rigidly regulated, we're not allowing the fullness of the experience. And at some point, it's all gonna catch. Is empowerment, really, because you're not stuck in the feeling. No one's saying, hey, I want you to live in the big bad sad for the rest of your life. No, you're not stuck. You're also not running from it, because you're remembering that while you're also feeling the big bad sad, you're feeling the gratitude for everything you have. You're feeling the support. You're feeling the expansiveness. You're feeling the love. You're feeling your capacity expand. So this is how we end up being able to feel despair without getting just completely sucked into the hole, is by feeling the despair. Feel it. Don't try to understand it. Don't try to regulate it. Feel it. Also, allow your awareness to see the whole picture. Despair, possibility. Grief, healing. There's a lot of things in life that are asking us to feel it. The distance of a relationship, the sadness you see in the world, the uncertainty of what is going to happen. We can't just put our head in the sand and pretend none of that exists, because it's just going to keep persisting. What you resist persists. We all hate it because it's true. But it doesn't have to just be that. When you find some ease around the feelings instead of forcefulness to push through or find the reason, get to the other side, you'll find that you have so much more patience, not just with yourself, but with everyone around you. Because truly, I feel like so many people are operating in this, I don't have time to feel that, I don't have time to deal with that, I don't have time to think about that. And they're not really being present. How many people are truly present in the moment that you're speaking with them? You can tell when somebody's very present with all that life brings. And the more you practice being that present, the more capacity you build at being able to continue to be present. As a therapist, it is very important that I am capable of being present with people's trauma and their heartache and their grief. And I'm not trying to rush them out of it. And I'm also making sure that their awareness of what else is existing in their life is turned on. Because that's really where the magic lies. It's just letting yourself have the human experience, be fully present, no matter all the things that are coming up. Trust in your capacity to hold all of the things and watch you expand and grow. And it's just, our lives don't improve when we overregulate and manage ourselves. Our lives improve when we are really present for all of it. I promise, if you can just allow a little bit more feeling and also trust that hope, which, as we remember, is not a feeling, it's an awareness. The fact that you can get out of bed, you have an able body, you can breathe, you can dance, you have people you care about, if you have access to clean water, if you can go outside and take a breath of air and not cough because it's over polluted. There's so much that awareness wants to bring you, to remind you of how that big, sad feeling is just part of the story. And you can feel it because you're capable and you got this. And the more you feel, the more you heal. Ay, ay, ay. All right. How are we feeling?